What is good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about this hip-hop war that has been going on in 2024, because I'm not gonna lie, this is getting insane. So if you guys have been living under a rock or have just not been checking the internet or even paying attention to this at all, hip-hop right now is going through an entire civil war right now, and the main event is Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. And I can't lie, this is getting to levels that I did not expect of happening. Crazy allegations being thrown both ways, great tracks going both ways. It's getting crazy, and I personally just wanted to talk about it, go through every track, go through every moment of this battle so far, which has basically only been going on for like a month and a half, and maybe try to even decide a winner right now. I'm recording this on May 6th, so I don't know if Kendrick's gonna respond, how many times Drake's gonna respond, or maybe the battle's completely over. I don't know. I'm going to be recording this and we're going to go through it and see how the battle is shaping out so far. But yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel, I do a lot of variety content over here. If you want to help support it, then please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's get straight into this. So obviously we got to go way back into the beginning and go where this really started. And all starts around October time when Drake drops his album For All the Dogs, and it all starts with First Person Shooter.
Man, this shit done it big as the what?
This song is a great track. I love this track. One of my favorites on For All the Dogs. J. Cole had a fantastic verse, but him talking about the big three obviously did not sit well with Kendrick Lamar, because he was plotting his revenge. Obviously, he also has problems with Drake as well. So then he goes out and responds in Metro Boomin and Future's album We Don't Trust You with Like That. Now, this song is a banger. This song is a pure banger coming from a Drake fan. I guess I should have prefaced that before. I am a Drake fan. I'm more of a Drake fan than Kendrick. Kendrick's music's not my 100% my taste, but I am not a biased glazer dick sucker like these other Drake fans and Kendrick fans, which I will get back to that in the end of the video. But this Like That song is a complete banger. Kendrick's verse is insane on this track. Like, it literally gets stuck in my head every time I hear it. That beat is mastered beautifully by Metro Boomin. It's great, but that obviously started stirring up the entire world, because everyone's like, oh my god, Drake and J. Cole need to respond. This is going insane. Oh my god, hip-hop is finally back. And then J. Cole responds with 7 Minute Drill on his album Might Delete Later. Now, this one, obviously, people called it a dud. People really didn't like this song. People thought that it was corny, calling his music boring, when most people think that J. Cole's music boring, which I could kind of attest to that. I don't really rock with J. Cole's music. I like some of his songs, but not my cup of tea. But that was kind of crazy to say To Pimp a Butterfly, one of the greatest songs of all time, that people say. I've never heard it myself.
Is this nigga serious?
Call me a casual, but people claim that's one of the greatest albums ever made regardless. And he called that boring. You kind of just lose the battle instantly at that point. So 2 days later, he goes at Dreamville Fest and he apologizes.
Pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way, and if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot, I'm gonna take that shit in the chin.
This was the worst move you could have possibly done at the time, because now it seems like J. Cole probably knew something was going on and made the smart decision to back out of this battle first, because it's getting rough right now, but still really bad. If we had J. Cole in this as well, it wouldn't be a 20v1 like Drake has been saying. And speaking of 20v1, then 2 days later, after Metro Boomin and Future dropped their second album, We Still Don't Trust You, with more disses on Drake. Drake leaks Push-Ups. Now, this song is fire. I love this track. He's going after everybody. He's going after Future, Metro, Weeknd, Rick Ross, Ja Morant of all people, and obviously Kendrick Lamar. Great track, but the disses weren't insane on this track. Other than that Metro Boomin line, that Metro Boomin line is going to live forever. Tell him to shut his whole ass up, make some drums. Like, you're not coming back from that, Metro. You can make a BBL Drizzy beat. You're not coming back from that, buddy. Everyone's just going to clown you forever, because all you do is make beats. Unless you go behind the mic and start dissing Drake, no one's going to really take you seriously, my guy. And that was basically what it was. But then I think after like a week, Drake officially releases Push-Ups and then also releases Tailor-Made Freestyle.
Kendrick, we need ya, the West Coast savior.
I could see how a lot of people be like, yo, that's corny as hell, using an AI Tupac, AI Snoop Dogg, but it was very tactical for him to use Kendrick's West Coast idols against him, trying to bait him into doing a diss track. I thought it was really funny, but obviously this is one of the lower tracks on them, because it's like AI is kind of cringe, but it still was good in the attempt, in my personal opinion. Telling him like, hey, what you gonna do, man? Like, I thought that you were ready. You're snatching chains, burning tattoos. Now I dropped my track. What's up? Let's get it. And obviously Kendrick will do that. But at this moment, it was pretty much seeming like Kendrick was being very, very silent. It was going like 2 or some weeks. People were saying that Kendrick was ducking. He was not ready for this battle. But obviously, he very much was, because then on April 30th, he drops Euphoria. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I personally thought the song was cool. Then over time, I can appreciate it's a good track, great disses, way better disses than push-ups. So I will put Kendrick up in that way. It was really, really good. Also, I like some of the flows were fantastic on it. A lot of the disses were really good, but it was basically stuff everyone already knew. And that was the main pushback on Euphoria, was that basically everyone said that already. Then The Weeknd comes up, and this is when shit got real, because then Kendrick in the early morning drops 616 in LA.
See no fire.
Now this song is cool to me. He's just trying to bait Drake, saying like, hey, I got moles in your camp, what you gonna do? I got this stuff from your stolen dad's briefcase, what you gonna do, man? Like, are you gonna drop? And obviously Jake's gonna drop later, but it was a cool track. I didn't really take too much from it. I thought it was just kind of like Kendrick's version of tailor-made freestyle, trying to bait Drake into giving a response, and Drake was instantly ready to respond with Family Matters.
Yeah, draw.
This song is fire. Like, I really love this track. The 3 different parts are great. I love the flows. I love the disses against everyone. I really wish that it was an only Kendrick diss track, because we don't give a damn about A$AP Rocky and The Weeknd or Future, Metro Boomin. We don't care about none of them. We have a main event to go to, and you are trying to throw jabs at everyone else. That was one of the main problems, is that you're going against everybody, Drake, and you're not going against Kendrick head on to fight. But I digress. I still really, really love the track. The 3rd part was probably the best part, when he's just fully going strictly at Kendrick, which is what I wanted. But you can clearly see that this is basically 3 different songs. Like, he had one song at the beginning that he put at the end of Push-Ups that was kind of like, he probably made it with Push-Ups, and then the other 2 like he kind of made in response to everything else that happened after Push-Ups leaked. And then the 3rd one, he probably literally just made it like after Euphoria dropped. You could see that, and I could see how someone could be like, okay, it seemed like Drake rushed it, but I think it was a really calculated move. Obviously, he wasn't calculated enough, because Kendrick then, not even an hour later, drops Meet the Grams. This song, he's basically giving out these disses and personalized letters, telling his family that Drake is a bad person, Drake is a PDF file, that Drake's a bad dad, and also exposing that Drake has a secret daughter. And I'll get back to that in a little bit, but I can see why people be like, oh my god, because when I heard this, I was literally like, oh my god, this is bad. Like, Drake, you need to, like, what are you gonna do? You're getting cooked right now. You're getting cooked. Get up. No Meek Mill. And then the day after he drops Meet the Grams, Kendrick drops Not Like Us.
Monster on the beat, ho, Debo.
This might be the best song out of the entire disses that we've done this whole week. I'm not gonna lie. As a Drake fan, Kendrick got me saying OV home, say OV. Like, I don't know how he did it. I don't know how you did it, Kendrick, but you got me dissing Drake and getting lit to that shit, man. You got me Snoop Dogg crib walking to this motherfucker, man. How did you do it? I don't know how he did it, but that song is fire. And at that point, I put it on my Instagram story. It looked like Drake was getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie. He was getting cooked. He was getting smoked. The entire tide of everyone is going against Drake, because that song is calling him a PDF file. Everything and it's looking real bad for Drake. He's not responding. No Instagram stories, no captions, no memes. It's looking bad. But obviously Drake was not 100% done, because yesterday he dropped The Heart Part 6. I personally thought that it was a good response. Not really the best song. I'm not adding this to my playlist. I mean, but that's not the whole point of a diss battle, though. It's not who is making the most catchiest songs. It's honestly about who makes the best disses. And this one is good, but this is probably like the first one in this main Kendrick Drake diss battle where people are really having pushback and saying, Drake, this is not it, man. With him lying about Kendrick Lamar getting in his song Mother I Sober, I believe it's called, and Drake basically saying that he sent a mole into Kendrick's camp to say that he has an 11-year-old daughter, and people still are believing that he is still lying about it. And Drake also addressing the PDF file allegations, which I personally thought it was good, but I can see why people be like, oh, you're saying that because you're famous that you can't get exposed, when literally we have R. Kelly and P. Diddy who are famous, and that was the reason why they weren't getting caught in the beginning. It's still kind of crazy. I personally don't think that Drake's a pedo. I mean, maybe I'm just naive, but since it's on his name, it's gonna probably stick with him for the rest of the career. Regardless, people are gonna call you that regardless, which is pretty bad. And that's basically where it is right now. If Kendrick Lamar drops something today, I swear I'm gonna be so pissed because I've been waiting for at least a whole lot of tracks to be made before I make a video on this. And also because of the weekend was so insane that I think that I just needed to make a video now. I couldn't just let it slide. I wanted to make a video on this. But now that I basically titled do everything so far, what do I think so far about this whole battle? First, I want to say that this battle has been one of the most annoying and egregious showings of bias and D-writers and glazers, because the Drake fans are insufferable with saying Kendrick Lamar's getting smoked, which no, he's not, obviously. And the Kendrick fans, oh my God, just the Kendrick bias in the entire battle is so crazy. Anytime Kendrick says anything, people say, oh my God, that's true. He has an 11-year-old daughter. I'm gonna agree with that, Kendrick, regardless of anything. If Drake says anything, that Kendrick's a wife beater, that Kendrick's kids might be, everyone just completely disregards it. It's like, oh, it's Drake. He's lying. No one cares. Which, even though I'm a Drake fan, I still do want to just see a good battle. I just don't like how the bias is becoming way too evident in comments and posts. It seems like everyone just wants Drake to lose because Kendrick Lamar is such a much better rapper than Drake. In my opinion, as a Drake fan, I can agree that Kendrick Lamar's a way better lyricist, a way better rapper than Drake. I just think Drake makes way better music than Kendrick. But the bias is getting too much now, where it's like we can't even have a fair battle no more. It's clear that all these people just want Kendrick to win and is not giving Drake a fair shake at it when Drake solves all this stuff and people just completely disregard it, and then Kendrick says stuff and they completely do it. Like Drake yesterday dropped the Hard Part 6 and said that I sent moles into Kendrick's camp to say that I got 11-year-old daughter and stuff like that. People instantly disregarded that. I said, no, Drake, you're lying. We know that you have an 11-year-old daughter. We do not care about what you say. You're a liar. You're fake, and you need to go down. And Kendrick Lamar still hasn't, obviously, I'm recording this on May 6th. We don't have a Kendrick Lamar response yet. Kendrick Lamar still hasn't denied the wife beater allegations, hasn't denied that one of his kids is not his. So why are we not giving Kendrick the same amount of denial? And if Kendrick lied on Meet the Grams and lied about that stuff and is lying about Drake being, why are we not giving him the same amount of slack, the amount of hate and amount of disregard that Drake gets? Because when Drake says something, it's instantly you're lying and people hate on him regardless of what he says. If Kendrick lied and it's true that he really did lie about the level, why are we not talking about that? Why is it just completely going under the radar that Kendrick Lamar might have just lied on his nuke of a track? I don't know. That's me personally. I don't understand. The bias in this battle is getting too little bit out of hand. That's why, me personally, I just want it to be over with at this point. It's getting a little bit too stressful, waking up wondering if someone dropped the diss track or someone's dropping a response. We're getting all this different stuff, and the toxicity in the battle is getting a little bit too much. That's why I personally just wanted to be over with. Let Kendrick drop his response. Let Drake drop one more response. Let it be over with. I'm sick of it, man. I'm really done with it. But before I end this video, I want to at least try to give a winner, I guess, because I'm not going to make this whole like 20-some minute video and not give at least who I think is the winner. And right now, it's very close, but I think Kendrick's winning. I think Kendrick's winning. His tracks were a little bit more scathing than Drake's. I like Drake's tracks as a totality a little bit more, but we're talking about strictly about this is who's gonna ruin whose career more. And obviously, Kendrick's obviously winning. Most people now are screaming "OV ho," and Drake's a PDF file. Like it's getting to that point, and Kendrick is not getting as much hate for the wife beater allegations, the kid stuff. Like no one's really even like sticking that on his name yet until there's real receipts. So obviously I have to say that Kendrick Lamar is winning this battle so far, which hurts as a Drake fan, but at least I'm not biased in saying that Drake's smoking Kendrick when that's clearly not true. And I'm not saying Kendrick's smoking Drake because that's clearly not true. It is way closer of a battle than these media blogs and everything are trying to make it seem, because I know that the Kendrick agenda is getting pushed heavily more than Drake's agenda is getting pushed. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I really don't believe that any of these artists are going to get fully deplatformed or careers will be destroyed. If Kendrick's really dropping an album this year, he's going to drop it. No one's going to even care about the Drake stuff. If Drake drops an album this year, I feel like personally people will not really care. He's still going to sell like 400K first week, maybe 500K, because of all this stuff. He has more stuff to talk about. He might even get more stuff to talk about, which will boost his numbers way more. But at this point, it seems like this is just a battle of he said, and nothing really is going crazy. But it's still crazy though. This is the best battle I've ever seen in my lifetime. I've never seen a back and forth of this magnitude where everybody is talking about it, everyone is discussing, everyone is even commenting about it. But yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this discussion, then please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1K by the end of the year. That would be greatly appreciated. I make a lot of variety content on here. If you like that, then you would love to stick by and stick with the channel. And yeah, hopefully this video doesn't get outdated and Kendrick doesn't drop a response today or Drake doesn't drop anything crazy, but honestly, at this point, I don't even know. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.